Hi there. So today I decided that I should talk to you guys about some of my bucket list coasters that either I had the chance to do but wasn't able to for some reason, or coasters that I haven't been able to do yet but want to. So to start with, me and my family went on this trip last year to some of the European parks. We did 3 in particular: Efteling, Europa Park, and Phantasialand. And we were initially going to do 5 though, but we sacked off 2 of them so we could spend more time with the other 3. One of the parks we were planning on doing was Park Asterix, and we sacked it off. We didn't do it, which means one of the rides that remains as a bucket list coaster is Tutatis. I've seen videos of it. I'm sure you have too. I think it looks amazing. I want to do it at some point. So hopefully I'm going to be able to go out to Europe, do some of the coasters I was able to do already, and hopefully get on some of the ones I wasn't able to, like Tutatis. So the next one, well, technically 2 because these are both in the same park. We're going for Stardust Racers and Hiccups Wing Gliders, both at Epic Universe over in Florida. Hopefully I will actually be able to do these ones because me and my family are going on a cruise to the Caribbean. We leave from a port in Florida and we come back before our flight back, so we're going to spend a day at Epic Universe and hopefully we're going to be able to do those 2. So hopefully at some point this year I can take Stardust Racers and Hiccups Wing Gliders off my bucket list. Next one, as I said, me and my family went on a trip to Europe. One of the parts we visited was Efteling, hence why it was on my ranking list of my favourite theme parks, and hence why Dance Macabre was on my ranking of favourite rides from those theme parks. One ride I wasn't able to do was Baron 1898, the dive coaster. I wasn't able to do it because at the time when we went, Efteling was doing their refreshes and repaints of Baron, which means it was closed for the 2 and a bit days that me and my family were there. So unfortunately I never got to do it. So hopefully if I do go out to Europe to ride Tutatis, I get to go out. We also go to Efteling and I can ride Baron 1898. So the next one, we're going to a country I've never visited, or a continent really, Asia. I don't think I've ever actually been to any of the Asian countries, but so one of the parks that I've never been to that I want to is Universal Studios Beijing, because I've seen videos of this coaster. It looks amazing. I want to do it. It's Flying Dinosaur, the flying coaster at Universal Studios Beijing, as I said. I think that apparently that pretzel loop is supposed to be really intense, and I just think that I would enjoy it. It looks amazing. It's a dinosaur themed coaster. Wonder why it's on my bucket list. I think that I would really enjoy going on it. So the next one is Gotham City Escape at Park 1 Madrid. I think the only theme park or amusement park that I've been to in Spain is Sol Kathmandu in not Malaga, but in Spain. And it's not really a theme park. It's got a couple of screen-based attractions, but no roller coasters. It was a good park, but I've never been to a proper Spanish theme park like PortAventura. I've never been there, so I've never been able to do Red Force and Shambhala. And I've never been to Park A1 Madrid, so I've never been able to do Gotham City Escape. I've seen videos of it. I think it looks like an incredible coaster, so hopefully one day I can get out and ride it. So the next one, or the next couple, they are roller coasters, but it's mainly a brand, which is RMC. I haven't done an RMC yet, and I want to do specifically the wooden to metal ones that they do. I mean, things like their single rails like Joy or however you say it, those look amazing, but it's mainly the ones where it was an old like wooden coaster and they've redone it into metal. And I can't just list them all, so I think the three main ones I want to do are Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens Camper, Zardra at Energylandia, and Untamed at Wallaby Holland. I think RMCs in general are just really amazing rides, and I do want to go to some of those parks and don't get to ride an RMC. So, staying on that kind of topic, I mentioned Zardra in Energylandia. We'll stay in Energylandia for Hyperion, the massive hypercoaster. I managed, when I went out to that trip, I know I keep mentioning the European trip, sorry. When I went to Europa Park, one of the rides I was able to do there was Silver Star, their hypercoaster. I enjoyed that immensely. I just think Hyperion would be even better than that. It looks so brilliant, like how high it is, how much it drops into that little like weird pit bit. I think that would be really fun to do, and I do so hope I can get out there someday and do it. Next one. Again, we're trying back to Asia, Japan, and Ejanica. They're, I think it's called a 4G coaster, something like that. But yeah, the one where the track flips, but the trains flip on a different bit of track because it's all connected to different bits. I've seen the videos; it looks crazy, insane, and like the backdrop with Mount Fuji. I think that would be an insane ride to do, amazing backdrop, a crazy ride. I think Ejanica would be such a fun ride to do. So the next one is, again with the European trip, the other park that we were going to do but decided not to is Plopsaland Japan, or I think it's called Plopsaland Belgium now, I believe. But yeah, I'll just always call it Plopsaland Japan, which means I never got to do the Ride to Happiness, the crazy Max Extreme Spinner. I've seen videos, I've seen reviews. It looks like a crazy coaster. I just would love to get out there and ride it someday, no matter how long that takes. I'm going to get out there and ride it. Another one. This one I got the park confused on. I initially thought it was at Wallaby Holland like Untamed, but actually I googled it to make sure and found out it was at Wallaby Belgium. It is Conda. I think that's another massive hypercoaster, I think. But it looks like the station and the queue, that looks well themed. The actual ride doesn't look well themed, but like with Hyperion, I'm hoping that if I ever went out and did it, lack of theming wouldn't be a problem. And there would still be a really crazy, intense ride. So yeah. And the final coasters on this list, I say coasters because there's two. They're from the same park. It is, and I'm going to preface this by apologising profusely for my pronunciation of this. Germany, please don't murder me. Schwarzkanon and Flug von Novgorod, both at Hansa Park. Obviously, I don't speak German, I'm better at Spanish, and even then I'm rubbish at Spanish. But, yeah, Schwarzkanon and Flug von Novgorod, they both look like really intense, insane coasters. I think that they would be brilliant to do. I hope to go back. If I do go back out to Europe, one of the things I hope to do is maybe just do some of the German theme parks, just have a whole thing going to Europa Park, Phantasialand, Movie Park Germany, Hansa Park. Any more that I can think of later on that I haven't thought of now, because I don't really forward plan some things. I think they look really crazy and intense and surprising, and I would love to go and do them someday. So that was all the bucket list coasters, but while like typing the stuff down for this, I had a thought that maybe I should do a separate video on like the dark rides I want to do. Then I typed up the dark rides, figured out that I had 3 that I wanted to do, and thought, you know what, I'll just do an extra bit onto this for my bucket list dark rides. So I've got, as I say, I've got 3 here. So the first 2 are both at the same park: Epic Universe Florida, Monsters Unchained, and the Battle at the Ministry. I've seen the videos of them, I've seen the reviews of them. They look like technological marvels. I know that if I went there, I'd be waiting a long time to ride them. But all good things you have to wait for. I still just think that they would be brilliant rides to get on Sunday if I am able to, and I will be hopefully this May. So the last one of this video is Jurassic World Adventure at Beijing, Universal Studios Beijing again, like Flying Dinosaur. As you can see, and you've probably noticed from my videos, there is a certain theme with rides and coasters that I like. I wonder what that theme may be. But yeah, I've seen, again, another technological marvel. It looks brilliant, like with the Indominus Rex chasing you. I think it would be a brilliant and amazing ride to go on at some point. So, that concludes this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I've made you laugh. Hope I haven't made you super annoyed with some of my picks. Obviously, I'm going to finish up making this video, be making the thumbnail for it, and go, oh god, I should have put that in the video, because I don't really forward plan some things. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.